Alright, hey Algebra 2. So today you're going to start off by doing your which one doesn't belong. So looking at these four graphs, you're picking one of them and explaining why it doesn't belong with the other graphs. Hint, there's no wrong answer. You just have to find one thing that's different about one of the graphs. Okay? So over here, we're going to talk about interpreting trees. So to interpret the data, we are typically looking at the measure of center and measure of variability. Okay, so those are two words or two phrases that you need to know. So the measure of center tells us the central position of the data. We typically use the mean or the median to describe the center. So when people are talking about the measures of center, we're talking about the mean or the median. Measures of variability, aka the measure of spread, tells us how similar the observed values are for a data set. Range, IQR, and standard deviation describe the variability. Okay, so those three things are what describe variability. It's how spread out it is. So they've got heights of 40 trees in each of the two forests are collected, and then here's the data below. Okay, the mean for the two forests provides a measure of center for the data. The mean from the forest A shows the center is lower than the mean from forest B. Okay, so first of all, the mean from forest A is 44.8. The mean from forest B is 56.03. Okay, so we can see that it's already lower. We also see that this data grouping is like lower than this grouping over here. Okay, so the standard deviation tells us how varied the two forests are. A larger standard deviation means that there are much larger and much shorter trees than the average, while a smaller value means the trees are mostly the same height. So if you have more of a standard deviation, you have more of a spread out from the mean. That's why this data set right here in forest B is really, really far spread out, and forest A is like really, really close together. You can see the standard deviation show that too. Okay, based on the two data sets, forest B tends to have a taller tree, but they also have a large variability. Forest A has smaller trees, but they tend to be mostly the same height. Okay, so basically in this unit, you've got to be able to compare data. So notice how we said, okay, this is what this is for forest A, this is what this is for forest B. Now, based on that data, this is what they are compared one to the other. Okay, you've got to say one is taller than, or one has more whatever than the other. Okay, that's how you compare. You use those terms. Now, if you have no idea about shape, center, and spread, here's just like a little review. Most of this is from Algebra 1, but these are words that you kind of need to know in order to be successful. Okay, so down here, you will be completing this Desmos activity. So you can click on it, right tab, and then open link in new tab. Okay, you do need to complete this by Friday if you're in my class. But you definitely need to get it done today because I'm going to be looking for it. But I know there's 20 pages, so you want to definitely get started on it today because a lot of it's typing. Okay? Good luck.